it's a problem when we go through this kind of stuff. Okay, we ready? All right, so we're going to start with just your name and where you work.
Okay, I'm Cindy Watson, and I work at two schools, Mammoth and First Avenue.
So tell me what you do specifically.
So in the morning, I go to Mammoth, and I'm in the preschool classroom, and I'm special ed. Okay. So I run a rotation, and I pull the special ed kids to work with on their goals. And then I go to First Avenue School and do the same thing. But at First Avenue, I have my own classroom, so Shawnee and I switch. So 2 days I'm in the 3-year-old program, and 2 days I'm in the 4-year-old program.
Oh, okay.
And next year I'm going to add kindergarten to my Mammoth program.
So you're in the classroom providing specific support to children who have IEPs, who have special needs, who have been identified as needing the additional support from you.
Yes, but at First Avenue I actually teach the class.
Okay.
At Mammoth there's a teacher, and I'm in the classroom, so I push in and do the services and teach a rotation. But at First Avenue I actually teach and do the whole
classroom. Yeah, for preschool, right? And how many hours a day is that?
Well, it's a full day.
It's a full day.
Yeah, so I start at I usually at Mammoth about 7:45.
Okay.
Then I leave Mammoth at 11, get 11:30, get there at 12, and then we get the kids from the bus at 12, and then we go straight into preschool.
So you do an afternoon program of preschool?
Yeah, at First Avenue.
At First Avenue. And you've been a part of our project since the very beginning.
Yes.
So how has this been influential to you? How has it made some sort of impact in the work that you do?
Well, it's helped me to learn and grow, because when we first started the program I was like a brand new teacher.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and so it helped me to grow more as a teacher, to learn more of how I want to teach, and how I can work with the kids and special needs as help them to grow in the areas that they need to grow.
So in terms of specific practices, is there anything that you did differently as a result of this experience?
Well, I think I use more language with the kids, and I try not to stay with the plan, if the kids decide they don't want to listen to the story that I'm doing, then try and switch it up to what they want instead of what the plan says.
Right. So. I think what happens sometimes is, I think in terms of like who you are you're kind of a quiet observer, right?
Yes.
And I think for teachers like you in the classroom, sometimes you forget to engage in terms of how much language children need. Because you're like, well, they're busy working or they're busy, but the actual intentionality of having to have those in-depth conversations, sometimes you have to it's a lot of effort, right?
Well, yeah, because when you're quiet, you don't really have the experience of the language, you know what I mean? Because you're not just quiet in the classroom, you're kind of quiet at home, everywhere.
Yeah.
So it's been a challenge to put myself out there,
right,
and so, but I still have to work on my volume. My volume's still low.
What's fascinating about this though is that you are an example of 4, 5, and 6-year-olds in a classroom. The children who we don't hear a lot from, the ones that do stay quiet in the classroom, and you don't know really where they are developmentally. And the types of experiences that we are trying to help teachers and administrators recognize as significant are those socio-dramatic sorts of experiences where the quiet children really start to blossom. And have you seen that in your experience? Because you work specifically with children with special needs, and I'm guessing that you have a lot of language delays. What have you seen in terms of the impact of the work that you've been doing?
Well, because in the special ed program, we got them, if we see the need at 3, they'll come in, and some of them have no language. Yeah. And so by the time they leave their second year of preschool, they're talking. Yeah. It's amazing to see the growth, and I'm we have one we're working with right now, and he started with hardly no language at all, and he'll come up and he'll say pterodactyl, and he'll say all these big words, and you're like, yes, you know, because he's trying, and he gets excited too. He's like, you know, he gets all excited, and we see that a lot in the little 3-year-olds that have had come in, and a lot of them, it is the language that why they come in, and then they just, you know, blossom. They come in at different parts of the year, so like we just had one start, so of course we won't see growth in him until next year, but he'll do the whole 3-year-old program again, and so by the time he's in the 4-year-old program, then he'll have a lot.
And that really sets the foundation, I think, for their educational career, because they'll be coming into kindergarten with already the experiences that they're going to need to be successful readers, because they've had so much language. What if there were teachers or administrators thinking about what this project's about and whether to step into this experience, what would you say to them? What do you think they want? Why is this important to you?
It's important to me because this whole process has taught you to teach the whole child, and that kind of like they're a person, like they're not just someone coming in to sit and you dictate to them, kind of, but they're someone that you can mold, and they actually help mold you. And so it's important that you have that understanding that they help you as much as you help them.
There's a reciprocity in the relationship.
And gaining that relationship so they'll want to learn, because so many times you walk in the door, you just have an agenda, and it's like, hi, I'm here, okay, it's good then. But with this process, it's like, oh, I'm so glad to see you, and what are we gonna do today? And so it's more fun.
And I think it's an important point that the relationships are so significant. And you know, as a classroom teacher, I think opening your heart is what you're referring to, because I learn as much from them as they learn from me. And every year we have the opportunity to be influential with the children that we work with, but my goodness, look at how much, if we really are authentically making connections, we learn more from them oftentimes about who we are as people and who we are as teachers.
And I think I learned too, like in the hands-on things, is like when you do worksheets or something, it ends. But like we did a activity and we had patterns and it was Sue and stuff. So I took it and I laminated it and I made a ton of pictures, and then I extended the worksheet or whatever it was, but it was in color, and I just put a blank, and so all the kids had to keep going with the pattern instead of stopping at one point, because I felt, you know, okay, they get one picture, but that doesn't teach them patterning to extend the patterning. It teaches them patterning because they got it for the first, you know, that they were working on, but it doesn't teach them how to extend it, because they think, okay, I put one, I'm done. And so I think helping them to learn to extend it helps them to, you know, and with worksheets you don't have that opportunity.
It kind of limits their experience.
And
some children need the additional practice. Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for your continued support of the project and showing up each time, you know, and your willingness to open your heart and kind of learn and engage with us collectively as we embark on this journey. So thank you so much.
It's been a real growing experience.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.